3 savings challenge books, and a dream of fully funding my Roth IRA for 2025. All I need is just a little bit of luck and you. Ready? Let's go. Welcome back to Ready Budget Go. My name is Drew, and on this channel we talk about household budgeting, saving money, and achieving our financial goals. If those sound like things you vibe with, please consider subscribing, hit the like button, and leave me a comment down below because I'd love to hear from you. I've got the 3 savings challenge books that I've been working on ready to go for this week. I've got Zodiac Save with the Stars, we'll do first, then we'll do General Greenback and the Frugality Force, and finally we'll finish up with The Life of a Creator. On game night, I saved exactly $100, so right now the plan is to do 50 into Zodiac, 50 into General Greenback, and 100 into The Life of a Creator, but we'll see how it goes. So let me set these two aside and we'll jump right into Zodiac. If you haven't seen this book before, it's got 12 different signs of the zodiac in order according to the constellation. So it starts with Aries and it goes all the way through Pisces. On the left-hand side of each spread is a scratch and save challenge, and on the right-hand side are 2 color and save challenges. On the scratch-off side, rather, it's got all the numbers 1 through 9 exactly once, and on the right-hand side, you can make these whatever you want. I've decided to do a D8 roll for the top and a D12 roll for the bottom. So I've been playing in this book for quite a while, so some of these are already finished. But I'm just going to keep rolling the dice, and we'll see which ones I tackle this week. So I've got quite a bit to do still on Pisces and Aries, but we'll see how it goes. Or rather, Pisces and Aquarius, but we'll see how it goes. So the way I determine which challenges I'm going to tackle is I get out my dice tray here. We swap this, and I need a D8. This is a D10. Do I need that? I don't need that. I need a D6, a D8, and a D12. So as always, I am completely unprepared. So let me dig those out of my dice bucket here real quick. So there's the D6. There's the D12. Now I just need the D8. There it is. Okay, got them. So the way I determine which one I am going to do is I roll a D12 and a D6. The D12 tells me the sign of the zodiac, and the D6 tells me which challenge. So we're going to 2 and 2. So that would be Taurus, and the challenge will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So number 2 is a D8 roll. So I'm just going to need my trusty little Sharpie here, which has somehow gone missing. Oh, goodness. All right, well, I'll use a different pen then. So I'm going to color in just a little bit, just enough to show that I intend to finish this. That might not have been the best one to use. I think I might try this one. And then I need to roll the D8 and see how much money we're going to save. So again, the goal is to put about $50 into this book this week. So we got a 7. So 5 and 7. Okay, let's bring back the D12 and the D6 and let's see where we go next. 8 and 1. So 8 is Libra? No, Scorpio. And a scratch, but we're all done with the scratches. We need 2 more D8 rolls and 1 D12 roll. So I'm going to roll the D8. And it's another 7. Oops, it was a 7. So 5 and 7. And I'm going to mark off one of these. That's a little better. It's still kind of juicy for this paper, but that's okay. Okay, number 9 and number 4. So 4 is a scratch on Sagittarius, but we don't need that. We don't need any D12 rolls. We need only the D8. So let's roll the D8 again, and we got a 2 this time. Okay, so I'm going to start consolidating a little bit. I'm going to put back 5 and 3 2s and take out a 10 and a 1. Okay, so we're up to $16. And we're going to mark off this a little bit. Okay, back to the D12 and the D6. 3 and 1. I think 3 is done. Yep, that's done. That's Gemini. So let's get rolling again. 2 and 4, which will be a scratch on Taurus. And we do have those available. There's only 2 left. I'm going to go right here in the upper corner. That's going to be $6. Okay. So I'll put back 15, and I will take out a 20 and a 1. And off we go again. 12 and 6. That's a D12 roll on Pisces. And we do have those available, so let's mark that off. And let's roll the D12. And we got 12. Okay. So 10 and 12, so we're up to 34. Bring back the D6 and the D12. 7 and 1. Scratch on Libra. Libra's completely done, so let's go again. 7 and 5. 6 and 3. So that would be a D12 roll on Virgo, and we need those. So let's roll the D12. Got a 4. Mark this off just a little bit. And I'm going to put 1 back and take a 5. And let's see where we go next. 1 and 5. So 1 is Aries, 5 is a D8 roll. But we finished Aries completely, so we don't need 1s, 3s, or 7s. 11 and 3, so that's Aquarius. It's a D12 roll. And we don't need D12, but we need D8. So I'm going to roll the D8. And we got 3, so I'm going to put back 17 and take another 20. 10, 15, 17. Take out 20, so we're at 41. One and 1 we don't need. 6 and 4. So 4 is going to be a scratch on Virgo, but we don't need any scratches. We do, however, need D8 and D12, so I'm going to roll the D8. We got a 6, so 5 and 6. So we're at 47, so this is probably going to be our last roll. And let me mark off this real quick. 7 and 3, we don't need 7. 5 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're done with that, so we've got either a scratch or a D12 roll. And I am going to do the scratch because a D12 roll is risky. So let's scratch. Oh dear. Let's scratch down here. And we got a 4. Okay, perfect. So we're over by $1, but that's okay. Better than rolling the D12 and getting a 12. So I'm going to take 1 back, grab a 5. I'm going to set this aside. And I'm going to swap out the 50 here for a 50. So 2 20s and 2 5s for a 50. We'll get the binder back out. We'll put $51 into Zodiac Save with the Stars. Okay. And then we'll move on to General Greenback and the Frugality Force. So let me get that book out, and we'll do that one next. All right, let's team up with General Greenback and the Frugality Force and take on some supervillains. So in this book, we've done most of the challenges. We've got a lot of them completed. All that's left to do is to take on Lord Larceny, who is the head villain, and then there's one more challenge after this that we'll do once this one is completed. This is a $300 challenge in total, and I've only got $50 to put in this week, so we may not get all the way through. In fact, I'm positive we won't. But let's see how far along we can get. And then next week, hopefully we'll finish this page and we'll move on to the challenge that comes after this. Okay, so I'm just going in order. So we've got 13, 10, 12, 13. Next, 7. Okay, so I'm going to put back the 13 and take out a 20. Again, the goal is to get $50 for this book. And I'll probably go a few dollars over, and that's okay. 18, all right. 10, 15, 17, 18. and 12. Okay, so funnily enough, 18 plus 12 is going to be $30. So I'm going to put back 8 and take out a 20. And then I'm going to put back two 20s and a 10 and take out 50. And we got to exactly $50. Not planned, but that's how it went. So because we got some higher numbers here, I don't know what the numbers are in the bottom row. I don't know if they're going to be high or low. Just looking at how many double-digit numbers we've had, I'm hoping they're going to be low, but we might need another week to finish off this battle with Lord Larceny. He is one tough customer. But for now, I'm going to take that $50 that I did not take out of the tray, apparently, because I got distracted. I'm going to set this off to the side, hopefully not sending it crashing to the floor. We'll go into General Greenback and the Frugality Force. We will put in $50. I will do a consolidation or a condensing at the end, as I always do. But for now, that 50 is going straight in. And then I will get out, it's the first envelope. I will get out The Life of a Creator, and we'll work on that book next. All right, here we are with The Life of a Creator. This is a collaboration savings challenge book. It was put together by Marlene over at Snowgardener 307. You can find this book on her Etsy shop or on her website at snowgardener307.com, and I will try to remember to leave a link to that down below. I need to get out the dice that came with this book, and I also need to get out the stickers. And as always, I am not prepared. So there's the D12, there's the D20. When you order this book from Marlene, it comes with a set of 7 dice. And they are all, oops, that's the right configuration, but not the right color. There's that, there's that. They're all going to be the same color, but the color you get will vary. You don't get to pick your color, it's just a random luck of the draw grab. And I cannot find the D8 that goes with this set. I know I've got it somewhere, but it's just not immediately visible to me. So I'm going to use this other D8 in case I need it. So the dice set, oh, there's the D8. Never mind. I already had it out. So this dice set, I did not choose it. It's just what came with my book. So, you know, your mileage will vary. You may very well get a different color. But I'm not mad at it. I certainly don't mind having the black dice. And they're kind of a cool marbled effect. So it's black and kind of a whitish. But at any rate, you get a D4, a D6, a D8, 2 D10s. You've got a regular D10, and you've got the percentage D10, a D12, and a D20. So let's go over to the Booty Bank, which is the challenge that I always start with. This is by Liz and Les. And the reason I start with this challenge is because it is by far the biggest, and it will take the longest to complete. So I want to make sure I'm getting it at least once each week, plus then again organically whenever it comes up that it's the next one to do. So I am going to pick up where I left off, which was on 13. I'm going to roll the D6, and we got a 3, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3. How is that? No, other way. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to save $16 this week. I will cross out the 16. Okay. And we probably will end up playing this again because I don't think we were that early in the book when we left off last week. But for now, we'll take out $16. And then I will move to where my marker paper clip is. And I cannot remember exactly where that was. So we'll just keep flipping until we find it. Or actually, we'll do this. Okay, there we go. So we are on Busy Lizzie's budget. This is the last challenge or the last scratch on this page. So we're finishing up, once again, a work meeting that could have been an email. Sigh. And this is going to be 7. Yep, looks like another 7 to me. Okay, so we'll clean this up. This is a save $50 challenge with amounts 2 through 7, and there were 3 7s on there, so this is the third one. So I'm going to put back 15 and take out 22. We've got $99 to put into this book this week because the Game Night was dead on at 100. Zodiac was over by $1, and then General Greenback was dead on at 50. So only $1 comes out of the $100 I usually reserve for this one. So we finished budget with Mama Bear already, so we're moving on to Seek Balance, Not Perfection. This is a scratch roll and save $40 plus, amounts 2 through 8. This is by budget with Carly. And I am finishing up all the scratches before I do the rolls, so let's go right up here. This is going to be $5 for this week. Okay, so let's take out a 5 and let's move on to the next challenge. This is 25 to Thrive. This is a habit tracker challenge. This is by Taylor Louise. I do not do habit trackers. That's not really my thing. So I've decided that the habit that I'm tracking is I'm saving $5 every time I come to this challenge. So I am going to check off another cloud. And I will save $5. So I'm going to put back a 5 and take out a 10. And we'll move on to the next one, which is Suspect Claims She Has Too Much to Do But Lays Down to Nap Instead. This is by Laura Bell Creations. It's a save $50, 1 through 9. We've got one more scratch left to go. And it's going to be $3 this week. So this is another one that's done. So we finished 2 challenges in here so far, so that's good. I mean, it's good to finish challenges. At the same time, I kind of want this book to last forever, so... Okay, next we're doing the $50 plus dice roll. This is by pinkycloth.co. It says save up each dice. If you decide to roll, save that total amount. This cute challenge should have you saving over $50 plus in no time. So the way that I've been doing this is I roll a d6 die, and if it's one of these that I haven't crossed off yet, then I cross it off and save that amount. If it is one that I've already crossed off, then I write it into the one of the boxes and save it there. So let's roll the d6. Oops, got a 2, kind of got away from me. I do not have a 2 available, so I am going to write 2 down here. I will save $2, and we'll go on to the next one. Next is Save to Sync. This is by Donna, powered by Creativity, and I am going to, let's see, there's scratches and there's color and saves. I think I am just going to do another color, and I'm just going to save the $2 in here, just to try to finish up the left side. So the only thing left on the left side is this 1 here. And I'm not going to, as tempting as it is to do that $1 extra and complete it, I want to make all of the challenges last as long as I can. So I am going to wait. I am going to put back $18 and take out another 20. So 10, 15, 17, 18, and we'll take out another 20. Okay, next is the Rock and Roll Queen. And this one, we are doing dice rolls. So we already did the D20, so we're going to do the D8. We'll do the last one of those. Give it a roll. We got 7. Slow them right in a 7 here. Oops, wrong side. That's better. Okay. So 5 and 7. Okay, so we're all done. I'm going to start checking these off. So we're done with the D20s. We're done with the D8s. So next week we will start on the D6, or the next time through, but probably will be next week because we're finishing challenges, so the book goes by faster. Okay, so now we're on to my challenge. This is Buster's Bangin' Burger Bar. And at Buster's Bangin' Burger Bar, you build your own burger. And you start off with a patty and a bun. The patty could be a meatless patty, it could be beef, it could be turkey, it could be whatever you want. The patty is $5, the bun is $2. And then you go through and you decide which toppings you want on your burger. If it's one that you want, you color it in and you save $1. If it's one that you don't want, then you put an X through it. You don't color it in. Well, you could if you wanted, but I haven't been. And you save $3 for wasting food. So I have subscribed to everything so far except the nasty mayonnaise. So now we're on to soy sauce. I like soy sauce, but I really don't want it on a burger. So I am going to X that one out. And I am going to save $3 for wasting food. So I'm going to put back 47, take out a 50, and just like that, we are about halfway through for what we need to save for this week. All right, so we finished Budget Life with Paula's challenge, one of my favorites in this book, but we're going to still need to do the counting sheet challenge. This is by Budget with Ira, and I said I needed to take the stickers out, and then I didn't do it, so I'm going to grab those now. There's 2 sticker sheets that also come with this book when you purchase it from Marlene. One of them is for this challenge, and the other one is for the Kiss My Hiney challenge, which is toward the front of the book, which we may just get to. Not sure. Okay, so I'm going in order, so I'm going to put this sheet here somewhere, And this sheep is going to be snoozing right over here on the hilltop. Okay, so $5. Set those aside and we'll move on to the next one. Christmas word search. We've got 2 words left, Santa and stocking. So let's see what I can find here. Get out the red pen. This might take me a while. There's Santa. Okay, got it right here. So Santa is $5. So we've got 1 word left to find the next time. Thankfully, there's no diagonals for this challenge because those always trip me up. So put back the 5, take out a 10, and we'll move on. This is Janelle Ray Budget's challenge. This is a roll and save and a scratch and save. And I decided that I'm rolling the D20 when it's a roll, but I stopped doing the rolls and I'm doing the scratches because some of the scratches have doubles. And every time that I've done that, the die has completely burned me. So let's give it a scratch here and hope we're safe. I see a $sign, so that's good. So $2. Love this challenge. Don't love that the die keeps burning me, but that's why I picked a D20 to save more money, and boy, am I ever. Okay, so $2 there. So next up, we've got Craft Co Budgets, Danny. This is a save $55 challenge, amounts 1 through 5. So I am kind of working on the smaller numbers first, or not the smaller numbers, the smaller stickers first. So I'm going to scratch this one here, and that's a 3. So I will take back a 2 and put in a 5. Okay, let's move on. And we're back to the booty bank. So I need that D6. We left off on 16. And we got 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're on 22. And I need that green pen. And I don't know where I put it. Let's use this teal marker instead. Okay, so 22. How am I doing here? Yep, okay. So 22. All right, so we are at 50, 70, 87. Okay. So let's go back to the front now. And we will do Best Friends Are the Perfect Gift. This is a scratch and save challenge by Marlene over at Snowgardener 307. I already finished the Let's Get Rollin' challenge underneath, so I stuck this one in here as kind of a bonus. And I am going to scratch down here in the corner. And this one is $3. Didn't quite get all of that. Okay, so we'll put back 17 and take out another 20. So we're at $90, which means we have $9 left to save. So we'll go on to Georgette. This is the other sticker challenge. And we've got 1 sticker left. It's a $1. We have all of these others that don't have any numbers on them. So I will be writing in numbers and doing those. I'll probably do a roll and save for those. But for now, I'm going to put this final one right here on the bridge of her nose. And we will save $1. And we'll move on to the next one. This is the Birds and the Bees. This is a collab within a collab. So I've just been rolling the dice, and whatever I roll on, that's what I do. This is from Mischief Managed Budgets and Champagne's Corner. And if I didn't mention it, this is from Shannon over at 307 Design Studio. Okay, so let's give this a roll. 1. So start here, and I'm going 1. So I'm doing the B. And it says, you landed on a B above, roll a D6, start at the top, and work your way down to the bottom. So before I start doing that, let me mark off the B here. So let's give it a roll. So this is like a Plinko challenge, I think. So 1. So we got a honey pot, and it says, land on a number with an icon, add $1. Okay, so we're already saving $1. 6. 3. And 3. So another icon, another $1. So $2. And number 3, it says, go play at Wren's Aviary. Okay. I will do this once. If this one bounces me back over here, I'm calling it good. But let's take $2 for now. I will roll a d12 because that's what this demands, and I got a 3, and it says forward 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, back 3 spaces. Okay, well, that traps me. So I'm not quite sure what to do here. Because I go back 3, forward 3, back 3, forward 3. So I guess I'm just going to call it good because I don't know what else to do. So I'm going to move on and we'll go to the next challenge, which is Bug Out. This is by Reinventing Renee or Budget Nerd Co. on Etsy. And I've gotten everything kind of colored in here except for the legs. This is a roll and save challenge or a roll, color, and save challenge. But because I've got so much done, I am just filling in the remainder here on the legs. And it looks like this antenna got disconnected from the head somehow. So I'm going to fill in this leg here on the left-hand side and save $3. So I will put back a 2 and take out a 5. Oops. I don't want to roll just because the only thing I need is the 3. All right, next we've got Lindsay at Boy Mom Loves to Save. This is exercise. I thought you said extra fries. And there are suggested amounts here to save for each of the symbols, or you can fill in your own, but I've just been using Lindsay's numbers. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left, so let me give it a roll. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go down here at the bottom. And we've got the fries for $5. So I think that puts us to where we need to be for the week, but let me just see here. Oh yeah, that's going to do it. So I'm going to take out 95, 50, 70, 95, and put in 100. So we've got 101, which means in total we've got 301 going to my Roth IRA for this week, which is great. So next week we're going to start here. We'll do the booty bank, and then we'll start here on this roll and save challenge by Thrifty Sew Shop. So stick the marker here, close up the binder, or the book rather. We'll go back into the binder, and we will put $101 into the Life of a Creator. And I'm going to not put the stickers away yet because we'll come back and do a condensing, so stay tuned for that. And I'll flatten these 3 envelopes as much as I can. Okay, let's see if we can make these envelopes any thinner. Let's start with the Life of a Creator because that's in front. In here we have 1,000, 100, 200, 300, 400, 10, 15, 17, 18, 19. So all I can do here is condense these 2 ones for a 2. But next week, we should be able to grab another 500 placeholder, so that's good. Zodiac Save with the Stars has in it 1,000, 500, 600, 50, 70, 5, 6, 7. So again, the only thing I can do is grab out a 2 for the ones. And then last but not least, General Greenback and the Frugality Force has in it 1,000, 500, 600, 50, 70, 85. So nothing we can condense there either, but we're getting close. Next week, hopefully we can grab, we'll be able to grab another 100 placeholder for sure. And who knows, maybe we'll get farther along. Okay, so that is it for this week. Thank you so much for coming by and watching, and especially for watching all the way through to the end. I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I do this every single week, along with game nights on Mondays, and on Fridays, usually it's Fridays, some weeks it's Saturdays. I have a weekly budget update video where I share all the real numbers, all my income, all my spending, and to keep myself accountable and just share how I do budgeting my way. So if you haven't already, also please leave a like down below, leave a comment so I know you were here, and until I do see you in the next one, take care.